I mean, my hangover's gone.
Yeah, that because you pissed again, mate. Hello the Reds, it's Wednesday the 17th of April, match day. You've got me, Kev Walsh, this lovely man here, Craig Hannan, coming to you from Cálem, Port cellar. Lovely little place, loads of barrels, nice, loads of port. We've already had to have one top up there, Lizzie. Lizzie informed me they were only for show, but I don't think it by the time she told me.
It's going to be mad whenever me and you're looking for karaoke in an hour, isn't it, Kev?
Honest to God, we've known those events half an hour ago. We've had no breakfast and I'm already half a bottle of port down, but this is what European away tips are all about, I suppose, Reds. We've gone from a lovely sunny Porto where I got a little bit of sunburn yesterday, a lovely day sitting outside in lovely bars. Unfortunately today the weather's turned on us a little bit. It's a little bit damper, isn't it, mate? But it's still a lovely city.
I told you all of that precipitation that I'd been warning about in the forecast. I was getting called like Michael Fish, and
the Anfield draft's very old Michael Fish. He's talked about nothing except precipitation percentages for 2 days, honestly.
I was told just to stick to marketing and not worry about the weather, and here we are. I was right with the weather, my forecast was correct. It's, you know what, it's not dampening spirits though. Like, we had a lovely day yesterday, didn't we? We were sat in this, I mean, I hate to say nice things about Paul Senior, but Paul Senior come up with this gaff that was just unbelievable. It was a lovely beer garden, we sat outside.
He nailed it, didn't he?
Sunshine, yeah, he did. Had a bit of a night out last night, and it was sort of exciting seeing all of the, you know, so many more Liverpool fans yesterday, wasn't there, coming in and filtering in last night and singing. And I loved there was a big group that were just walking about singing Liverpool songs and then trying to get into the bars, and they were just sort of like getting KB'd, and then they just decided that was the best way of getting into the bars, was to continually sing Liverpool songs and then go to the.
I've got an idea. Let's just sing louder. This is not how it works.
No, you're not getting in. But yeah, and now we're in a port cellar, which. Yeah, do you know what? I didn't realise how much I liked port until this trip, and it was.
I think this is the first time I've ever tasted it. White port and tonic is apparently a Portuguese cocktail, and it's absolutely lovely. Reds, get yourselves on them. Loads of mint in them as well, absolutely lovely. So well, that's enough general chit chat about Porto, I suppose. Have a little chat about yesterday's European Cup games. A couple of mad results in there. David De Gea proving once again he's the best goalie in the world. Right? Man United. I don't think there's ever been a game in the European Cup quarter-final quite as guaranteed to go the way it went as that game last night. Messi, what a player he is.
I know. Do you know what? I don't know whether to feel sorry for Chris Smalling or sort of laugh. You know where he got asked in the press conference, and he got asked in the press conference and about Messi and the prospect of playing Messi, and he said, "Bring it on."
He's not saying that now.
I know. I mean, I don't know what he's meant to say. Like, oh, you know what? To be honest, I'm shitting myself here, lads. But no, it was. Yeah, it just went exactly the way. It was more the Ajax game that sort of got us all interested, didn't it, last night?
The Ajax game is the one that worries me a little bit. Not the game, more the prospect of facing them in the final. You've got a very Liverpool 2005 feel about them. Having really beat some absolute giants along the way against the odds, really, I suppose. And they've got a boss young team there. It's probably going to be the last time they're together, so they're going to be absolutely kicking and screaming to win this European Cup. And listen, it'd be a lovely story, but unfortunately, the mighty Reds are looking for a league and European Cup double, so we've got no time for that, have we, mate?
Absolutely not. No, I've liked Ajax and I've liked them through the run, and some of their players, obviously that De Jong's going to Barcelona, like you say, it's almost like, well, it's their model, isn't it? They sort of build the team up with developing youngsters from their youth academy and then sell them on for big fees, and like the. Is it Delit as well?
He's the one for me. I'd love us to get him.
Yeah.
Imagine a little set
of big Virgil together.
Exactly. They play together for the national team. Don't have John Gomez in there as well. I think he'd be the one I'd go all out for in the summer. I think that, as I say, great team, but obviously this is their one chance to do what they're trying to do. To be honest, mate, I was absolutely delighted to see Juventus go out.
Me too.
The thought of facing Ronaldo in a European Cup final, it's just a disaster written all over it for me.
That, and I just couldn't be bothered with Juventus in a European Cup final for obvious reasons, and everything around that. It's sort of it would just take some of the excitement away that you're having to discuss, things like Heysel and I think it makes the competition more fun, doesn't it, when you see a team like Ajax who weren't really in with a shot. I'd love to see what odds they were at the start of the season to win the thing, or even to get the semis, to be honest. So it's nice to see that. I've got a mate, he's an Ajax fan, that was messaging him and he was absolutely buzzing by it. And it must be slightly annoying that they all know that if they get to a European Cup semi-final, if they can do that, they get their semi-final, and you think, right, we building this now? No, but the whole squad
starts again next year.
Ziyech looks good as well. I really like the look of him, but yeah, Delighted to see Cristiano Ronaldo getting knocked
out.
Yeah.
Dumped out acrimoniously. Well, that's the European Cup chat. A little bit about the league games as well. Obviously, yesterday Cardiff played Brighton. Now, really, I think we probably could have thought we'd have done with a Brighton win, get Cardiff out of the question for Sunday, but they're going to beat them 2-0 away from home as well. Put themselves within 2 points of Brighton, and Brighton are in 3-4, so I reckon Sunday's game's probably taking on an added extra edge there.
Yeah, I feel like I keep saying this with every game just because it's nerve-wracking, this title race. I feel like we get to a game, we get past certain barriers, so we beat Chelsea, we beat Spurs, all of that, and then we get to Cardiff, it's like, oh, Cardiff's the one that when I looked at the fixture I didn't fancy if they'd be in a relegation dogfight and so on. Look, the Reds should win the way they're playing at the moment. But I think Brighton have a game in hand as well on them.
But the form is terrible.
Do you know what? Well, you can sort of look at it one of two ways. You can look at it that way, or you can look at it as Brighton will be playing Man City in the last day of the season. Yeah. So, if they are in free fall and they're really struggling, that might, it might do us a little favour there if they're having to, get something off City to stay in the Premier League on the last day.
It's funny, we're here for the European Cup quarter-final, obviously second-legged, how massive that is, and one of the first things I'm thinking of is our Cardiff getting on against Brighton. This is what this team's done to us, isn't it? It's taken us to strange places.
You're exactly right, whether it's looking at Man City's fixtures, whether it's looking at the form guide of all the teams Man City are playing and trying to tell yourself that this is where they might drop points and work out. It's going to be the end of us all, it's going to be the death of us all, I think. I don't know how many people we said this to last night, but like when we were talking about all this, we were like, these are the times, aren't these?
That's what you're in it for, isn't it?
Exactly. European Cup quarter final, going into the second leg 2-0 up, just beat Chelsea to go top of the league in April. What more can you ask for from this team?
More Porto, maybe. That goes down nicely, but I suppose beggars can't be choosers. That's the first part done anyway, so this is going to pass over to John Gibbons to give you a little bit of info on our partners, Tokyo Time, and we'll be back in a minute to speak a little bit more.
Tokyo Time are partnering us throughout this season, sponsoring Talking Reds, and we're delighted they are doing so. They are a premium headwear company based here in Liverpool but represented throughout the world. Here's a really cool video that made the shows a little bit more about what they're about. They're supporting us this season, so make sure you support them. Perfect.
Thanks very much to Gibbo there. Check out Tokyo Time if you have a little look on their website, some great gear over there. So, to the big one tonight then, mate, Liverpool Porto, 2-0 from the first leg. Everyone seems to be thinking it's going to be a walk in the park. Have you got any concerns at all?
I'm not massively concerned, but I'm not being complacent about it. I think that was, me and Gibbo went to the press conference last night, and that was the thing that Klopp and Milner were both trying to get across. It was like, both of them in fact said that the 5-0 last year was, Liverpool were lucky to get the 5-0, that it could have gone, there was different chances and different moments in the game that could have gone either way, and that it was maybe kind on Liverpool that we had won 5-0. So they were really banging it into every, journalists were asking all the questions, which do you want to win, the Champions League, the Premier League, which do you want to win most, all of these questions about the club absolutely hates, by the way.
He bats them off so well as well, doesn't he? There's no time for them whatsoever.
Yeah, but that was the thing that came out of it. They were, we're not going to be complacent here, and neither should we really. Look, Porto will have their own fans there. They'll, there's no way they'll want last year to happen again. They'll be out for revenge. That's what I would be. So, not concerned, but not complacent either. I think the Reds will do the business.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's quite telling he's put James Milner up in front of the press yesterday, which probably suggests he'll get a start tonight. And I think players like him, listen, you can try and tip him up all you want with talks. Do you want a soundbite so he can make himself look stupid if something goes wrong? But these players, and I was saying to anyone who listened last night, I look at Virgil van Dijk, I look at Jordan Henderson, I look at Alisson, I look at Salah, I look at Mane, Firmino. These are not players who are going into any game giving any less than 100%. They are laser focused, and when they're on the game, there's nobody that can stop them. I'm looking at it one way, and I assume they're looking at it exactly the same way. We're 8 games away from literally legendary status for them. It'll be probably the best league we've ever won out of the 19th if we do actually win it, and to add a European Cup as well. And listen, these are very realistic possibilities. Now, people are obviously giving Liverpool fans a lot of stick over, they're deluded this and they're deluded. Well, we're not deluded now. We've got some of the best players in the world playing for us. We've got the best manager in the world playing for us, and we're in the very deep end of both of the biggest competitions we can be.
Yeah, and the players don't even look fazed by any of it. You know, how many times in the past have you looked at Liverpool's sides and you've thought, you know, they're weak in the backbone, or they don't have that mentality, they don't have the character to go all the way, and you know, they're getting asked these questions, or they're getting spoken to, and they're just sort of like shrugging their shoulders and saying, yeah, we'll just win the next game, we'll just keep winning the next game and see what happens. And that's because it's a team of, you know, there's leaders in there, there's loads of big characters, there's captains of national countries. These are players who, you know, when they need to stand up and be counted, they're doing that. It's not overconfidence in the Liverpool side, but it's, you know, I have no fear about what this Liverpool. If this Liverpool side don't achieve what we think they can achieve this year, it's because they've been beaten by a properly good football side, whether that's Man City in the league or someone in the European Cup. I just have a little sneaky suspicion they're going to win one of them, and I think it might be the Champions League. I keep saying this. I think they're going to win the Champions League. I think, like,
it sounds mad to say this, but I'd be not devastated. Obviously, Champions League, no one's devastated to win the big one, are they? But the league, I am like probably most of you out there. I am absolutely desperate. Yeah. It's been my lifelong dream to see them lift the league title, and if we do actually finish second on 97 points, I'll be convinced we're jinxed forever, because how can you lose one game and go all the way through the season playing the way we played and not winning? I don't think that'll happen. I think there's a lot of twists and turns still to come, and I'd say, again, you use the words, and I think it is exactly right. Character. There's character right through the spine of the team. Everyone. I looked, when we scored the other day against who did we play at the weekends? Chelsea. When we scored the second, Shaqiri, who hasn't had a kick for I don't know how long, was up, jumping up and hugging Klopp. These are substitutes who probably someone who's been criticised all his career for maybe having a bad attitude, jumping around celebrating with the manager on the side of the pitch as we go 2-0 up. They're a team full of winners, and I as you said, I can't see them letting themselves down. And if they don't win it, it's not because of anything they've done, as you say, it's because of they've been beaten by a better team. But the point of this is, if we don't win it this year, I've got no doubt over the next few years we'll be right in there, and we will win it. And if we do win it, I think we'll then go on to have a sustained period of success, because we've built what we've built on solid foundations. These nights we're having now are built on the back of the Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Cup a few years ago, the Villarreals in the UEFA Cup, getting beaten in the Champions League final last year. Got beat in the Champions League final because we had a bad goalkeeper. What does Klopp do? Goes out and makes Alisson the most expensive goalkeeper in the world and solves the problem like that. We're a serious football club now, and a serious team as well, especially the team, the whole backroom staff, the manager, even the owners now, they're all thinking the same way. But this team, I said to Lizzie yesterday, they're like ice cold killers. They've got one thing on their mind, and it's winning at any cost, and I think you can see them doing it. I
think that's why we have so much confidence in them, and I think you're spot on there, that if they don't win the league this year, next year, this is what Klopp's sort of been building towards now, where he's got the first team to a stage where they're as good as any in Europe or in world football. And I think that, you know, there's loads of as fans we want nice shiny new transfers, and summers don't we? We want the big name signings. I'm sort of looking at this Liverpool side, and there's a couple of little areas, maybe centre back and so on, but I don't think that there's anyone that can massively improve this first team. It's just about having a bigger and better squad, I think, in the summertime. But yeah, it's everything's sort of built towards and is in line for sort of sustained success. And I just think they need to get one trophy. Whether it's the league or whether it's the Champions League, then that gets the ball rolling. You've heard loads of managers in the past talk about that. I remember Mourinho he, at Chelsea, the first thing he wanted to do was get the League Cup, because he said if you got the League Cup, that like sort of instills this winning mentality and gets them used to winning things. Guardiola did it at City as well. This is what we need. We need to get one trophy in the bag, and you know, one of two.
Forget about the League Cup, though. We're not interested in the League Cup. We're interested in the Premier League and we're interested in the European Cup. And today, I reckon Liverpool are going to go out and do a total professional job, and I can see us giving them another iron, really, if I'm totally honest with you. And I reckon whoever we face out of the others, Man City, Tottenham, doesn't make any difference.
No, it doesn't. That and the performances recently have been so mature, and that's what I want to see tonight, and that's what I'm sure I'll see. How many times in the past with Liverpool sides you've been worried about going into the tie thinking, who's gonna mess up, who's gonna make a mistake? There's this guy, and this guy, and they can all make this Liverpool side. You're looking at it and saying, just gonna go in tonight, mature performance, hopefully get a goal, an away goal early, and then quickly settle the tie.
I think that's right, and we're all looking forward to the match tonight. I know we certainly are. Loads of bits out from the Anfield draft today. We've had Andy Heaton's had a lovely chat with Vegard Egham. That's really good. Get onto that. The video previews out there. There'll be loads of other content from us throughout the day, so keep an eye on all the social media channels. Just want to say a big thank you to Cálem Port cellar, who've kindly allowed us to come in, giving us free port, topped us up. Basically got me re-drunk in about 10 minutes, which is always lovely, isn't it? So me and Craig are about to go and get a big bottle of port and sit and get a big somewhere up the nets.